Yo, my entire day has been something, bro. But yo, what's good with you guys? My name is Fana and welcome back to another video, man. Alright, so look, check this out. Look, the plan was for me to do another trace rifle video in the series of trace rifles that I had been doing, but I'm not gonna lie to you. Two things happened today. One, I came home, I was supposed to get on, start recording, but instead I went to bed, took a nap, and now it's 11:22 p.m. So RIP to my sleep schedule, RIP to my non-existent posting schedule that I had. Dang, my bad to the headphone users, man. I probably just blew your eardrums out with that. My bad. Let me back this up a little bit. But hey, look, man. All right, look, I had a plan, and look, my bed and my pillow just looked way too good when I came home. So hey, my bad. With that said, today's build is gonna be a little bit more on the laid back side. Nothing too flashy going on. I'm gonna be rocking with gunslinger, DMT, shotgun, hammerhead. Nothing too crazy going on here. The thing is, I did a couple warm-up matches, and what ended up happening is the matchmaking, for whatever reason, like everyone's just on meat today. Okay, I ain't gonna lie. I tried using a trace rifle, and everyone's just trying their freaking hardest. So you know what? I just said, screw it. We're just gonna throw in DMT and call it a day. I guess one thing that does kind of stand out in my build today, I am using gunpowder gamble on gunslinger. Now, if those of you who aren't familiar with this, essentially once you get like a certain amount of solar eliminations or solar like ability kills, you get this alternate grenade that you can throw, and it does like a lot of like burn damage essentially. Like I said, it's nothing too flashy. You really don't see it too much in PvP, so I'm just trying to be like a little bit different. Anyways, with that said, I want to welcome all the brand new subscribers to the channel. Those of you who have joined recently, welcome. My name is Fana, and I do a lot of cut commentary and goofy gameplay here, so feel free to sit back, relax, and enjoy the shenanigans, man. And if you already been rocking with your boy, I hope you've been doing great. Welcome back to another video, my man. Now, here's the thing. My entire day from like the start from like 6:30 this morning has been nothing but pure crash out energy from my coworkers, bro. I don't know what they had going on today. I don't know if we have a full moon coming up. I don't know what it is. These dudes were on like straight just BS-ery from the get-go, and I was just dying laughing about it the entire day. Yo, so like I come in at 6:30, right? And like the reason why I came in at 6:30 because I had one coworker who was kind of like sick like half of all last week, and I wasn't too sure if he was gonna show up on Monday, so I clocked in a little bit early, and he showed up, and he was just like, "Oh, surprised to see you here," and I was just like, "Oh, okay." So he shows up, and my other coworker shows up, and they start getting into this discussion with each other, right? They're two like older guys, they're two old heads, so like every time they have like any kind of conversation, that junk be like the funniest thing in the world, bro. So let me tell you something. One of my coworkers had straight beef with the other coworker for not answering his phone calls over the weekend. Man straight up said, "Look, I gotta talk to you about something." And he was just like, "Yeah, what's going on, man?" He was like, "You didn't answer a single one of my phone calls this weekend." And I was just like, hey, I looked up and I was just like, dang, it's that deep, huh? And it sat there and counted the number of times. He pulled out the receipts, he pulled out his phone, because my other coworker, he was just like, I don't remember getting any phone calls this weekend, man. I was a little busy. I probably wasn't paying attention, right? Yo, when I tell you this man pulled out his phone and he started pulling receipts out, he pulled out the specific time. Man was like, "Yeah, I called you at 5:32, 6:30, 7 o'clock. You didn't answer none of my calls, man." I was just like, and I'm just sitting across him. I'm just like, why is this man pulling out receipts? I'm like, why are we meat writing like this? What is going on? And then somehow I get dragged into it, right? Because first of all, here's the thing about me. They know not to call me on the weekend. I don't be playing that, bro. Because like, every time someone calls me on the weekend, if it's not like work time, if I'm not on the clock, right? If you're one of my coworkers and you are actively trying to call me off the clock, you better be kidnapped by the freaking mafia and you're actively in the back of the trunk, bro. I swear. Because every single time I've answered the phone outside of work, it's always been some nonsense. So nowadays, I just refuse to answer. Once I clock out, that's it. If the building burns down, the building burns down. It don't got nothing to do with me, cuz. I don't even know where the freaking bank thing is. It's like in the middle, bro. Okay, it's over here now. I think the funniest part about it all, the one that was mad, right? It was so funny because he was genuinely like blowed that he didn't answer his phone, right? And the other coworker, he was just trying to play it off like, I don't know what you're talking about, man. I didn't get no phone calls this weekend. I didn't see it. It was so obvious that dude was capping so hard. And I was saying he was making eye contact with me, but every time he looked at me, I was just dying laughing. I was just like, bro, there's no way way y'all finna drag me in between this, man. He was referring to me when he said this. He was like, you know, D, I don't expect him to answer his phone. You know, that's been established already. That's the respect level that we have with each other. I'm just like, well, shoot, as long as y'all understand this shit. I'm like, did I just get shotgunned by a Legend of Acreus? What year of Destiny are we in? What the heck? Well, I love the reputation I have. They know not to call me, man. They expect me not to answer my phone, and I will live with that reputation forever. I will stand on that. It was so funny because he was taking it so personal, man. That was the funniest part about this entire thing. it was so personal for him. It was like, you know, I consider take you out of my phone book. I'm like, this man said phone book. I'm like, you mean your contacts, bro? But he said phone book. But like, we know what he meant. But I'm like, yo, this dude funny, yo. I ain't gonna lie, it might have been a mistake hopping into Iron Banner. Everyone is just trying their hardest, and I have no idea why. I'm gonna need everybody to relax a little bit. Also, anytime it's like Iron Banner in rotation, like whenever it's Iron Banner week, PvP, like during that whole entire week span has always just been like some crackhead energy anyway. So he was taking it so personal, bro, because it was like, I was trying to call you because I didn't feel good, and honestly, you know, it would have felt a lot better if my close friend would have answered the phone and you didn't answer it. I'm just sitting in my chair. I'm like, yo, this man is really hurt, bro. It's 7 o'clock in the freaking morning, and we're having a discussion on why we didn't answer our freaking phone, man. That is insane. Hey, man, whenever you work at a job and you got coworkers like this who try to be like all up in your ish, you need to draw the line somewhere, okay? Whenever I first started under this position last year, I kind of picked up on that he was real extra, so I made sure I set those boundaries way ahead of time, because man used to be like all in my business. It's like he wanted to know what I ate, what I did, where I went, who I was with, like he was somebody's girlfriend. I'm just like, nah, you doing way too much right now. It'd be funny because some people be like, well, I don't want to be mean. I don't give a goddamn, because first of all, he's irritating, okay? Sometimes he's just like extremely irritating. Man has no kind of tactfulness with how he like treats people or how he like addresses people. It's so weird. But at the same time, you guys set boundaries, because people like that, like people like this person that have this kind of personality, you have to set the tone like super early on when you meet them, because once they get comfortable, they're gonna have conversations like this whenever you come into work and they're sitting here talking about, why didn't you answer your phone? Because I was trying to call you. Because I'm like, I'll be damned, I ain't gonna lie, there ain't no way I'm gonna have some 6-year-old man trying to sit here and patronize me for answering my phone. I'm like, y'all lost y'all goddamn mind. Yeah, but they're having this back and forth for like the next like 45 minutes, and I'm just straight laughing. They're just like, well, I see someone's not taking anything seriously. I'm like, I can't take neither one of you serious right now. If you want me to be dead ass, I will laugh in your face. If I think you're stupid, I will laugh in your face. I will do it every single time. I do not care. Like, it's so funny because like the conversation went somewhere like completely left field even more. Man started talking about his addiction problem just out of nowhere. And I'm just like, it went from like, because he asked him, he was like, why are you so frustrated, man? And he was like, you want me to be honest? Like, I have an addiction. And I'm just like, like, dude, my job will go from like a normal medical setting into like a Dr. Phil spin-off TV show. It makes absolutely no sense. Now, don't get me wrong. Okay, I get it. You know, addiction is a hard thing. It's a real tough thing for people to get over. So, you know, I get it, man. But at the same time, I didn't wake up today on a freaking Monday out of all days thinking I was going to come into work thinking I was going to have a whole therapy session on somebody that has an addiction problem, bro. Like, that's saying that there's a time and place for everything. That joke is real. There's a time and place, and don't get me wrong, I think, you know, the place was fine, okay, because, you know, sometimes you can have, like, you know, down-to-earth conversations with your coworkers and everything, but the timing was completely bad. Okay, it's like trying to sit there and have a comedy session at a funeral. It just doesn't work, man. The funniest thing about it, right, I was already trying to like hold in my laughter from like what they were already going back and forth about initially, right? So he went flip mode out of nowhere, talking about freaking addiction, and I'm just like, what? So I'm already like mid laugh, right? I'm already just laughing about the nonsense from before, and then within a split second, you don't flip the entire topic over to addiction. I'm still laughing about what you was tweaking about, like, you know, 30 seconds before. You know what? Like I said, let me just reiterate, I'm not making fun of people that have addiction issues. That's not what I'm getting at, bro. Okay, imagine you're at a fun place, you're chilling, and you know you're having a regular schmegular conversation, and out of nowhere, mid conversation, they go from talking about cotton candy to my dog got hit by a dump truck yesterday. That's the feeling I was in. But see, the difference is, like, you know, leading up to that, like, you know, point in the conversation, I was dying laughing for like 30 minutes straight, and out of nowhere he throws that up. That's what I need y'all to understand, bro. Like, I'm not the bad guy here, man. I don't... And then within the midst of all that, we get a phone call, right? So the guy that's tweaking, he gets up, he answers the phone, right? And whatever, I don't even remember what even was that, like, he got mad about on the phone, but it was over paperwork. So he's over here on the phone, and he's just like, okay, I hear you. And then as soon as the other person on the other end hangs up, he's like, God damn it, he slammed the phone on the freaking counter. We was just like, yo, like, you wilding right now, you wilding. And I was just like, why did you just slam the freaking receiver on the counter for, bro? I'm like, what, the other person on the other end heard it for real? You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, bro, like, what's your damage? So I'm like, what is your major malfunction? Okay, what is your deal right now? Like, please tell me, what is it? We need to get down to, like, to the core of these problems that you got right now, man. We're here to talk about somebody forgot to do the paperwork for last week. And I'm like, you mean to tell me that you're sitting here crashing out over paperwork, bro? I'm gonna slam the phone over paperwork, my guy. That's what we're tweaking over, paperwork. Like, I can't, bro. There was too much happening all at once. I was overstimulated. I was genuinely overstimulated. I was laughing. I was concerned. I was annoyed. You know, at some point, you know, there was a lot of emotions. It was a lot of mixed emotions, bro. I can't lie to you. There was a lot of energy in that room. You know, just a lot of different blends of energy. You know, you had annoyance, you had anger, you had frustration, you had laughter and goofiness, and it was just all in one big blender together, man. Like we were making the Powerpuff Girls or something. He was all dramatic about it. He was like, you know what, man? There's too much going on with my life. I need some air. And I'm just like, you are way too dramatic for me, man. It was getting way too soap opera for me. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Well, if I say so myself, that was a great play on my end. Oh, and watch me throw it. Oh, never mind, I got him. And what makes it even worse, so like this all happened like in the morning. We're not even in the afternoon with any of this nonsense. So by the time like 11:30, 12 o'clock pulls around, this man, he took a walk and like he came back and he was like a whole different person. Hey, y'all remember that one movie called Split with James McAvoy, I think his name was, the guy that plays the young Professor X in the X-Men movies? Hey, basically like Split is about like a guy that has like a multiple personality disorder, but like all his personalities are like to like the extreme. That's what it felt like. It generally felt like it was just like a completely just different person that we were dealing with, and it was just, I was just looking at him, energy completely different. It's almost as if like he was so calm. It was almost as if like he forgot what he had did like the first like 3 hours of his shift, you know. That's best case scenario. Hey, he's quiet, he's in a good mood. Hey, if he's in a good mood, I'm chilling, all right? But as soon as he starts tweaking, then once he starts tweaking, that's when everything starts going sideways. And I think my game crashed. Yep. Okay. Yep. Well, my game freaking crashed. So, oh well. All right. Well, we're gonna call it there for a video, y'all boys. Nice.